We met in 1982 and were married in 1984. And things were good, and you were struggling with a marriage, and you were brand new, and life was good. And then in 1984, Cash started drinking again. He had given up alcohol up to that point, and he started drinking again. One day in 1984, Cash went to work, and at 10 o'clock in the morning, I got a phone call from his job, and he had disappeared. And we had no idea where he was at. And he wouldn't answer his cell phone. We had no clue. And so we went through a pretty long night of not knowing where he was because he never came home. And the next morning, at 6 o'clock in the morning, I got a phone call that said, "Honey, I'm outside of Bridgeport, California. I don't know how I got here. I need treatment. We need to go to treatment." And so for the next year, we went through recovery.
Even though this problem happened, and it's a big problem, even though that happened, we still were not going to get divorced, or we're going to still be married. She probably would have, one of us would have had to leave until I got my act together, so to say. So,
from the very beginning, God was in the center of our marriage. We were both committed to that. But when, the waves are crashing over your head, you're like, oh dear, where are you? And to look back on it now, God was in the midst of all of it. And if it hadn't been for him, I don't know how it would have gone. I can't imagine going through years of marriage without him in the center. Without God, it's virtually impossible. You do it on your own, and it's a struggle. With God in the midst, he loves us so much that he wants the very best for us. And if you hold tightly to God, he will hold tightly to you. And, he never let us go.
And now it's
been an amazing journey.
A great journey from then on.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't been hard. I say hard is good. It builds character and builds relationships and builds our relationship. So hard is good. You got to stick with it. And 25 years later, God is definitely in our house.